everyone. Today we'll be interviewing one of the most costly company in the automotive industry, Huamei Company, established here in Bangkok with factories in Chonburi.
That's right. Huamei specializes in automotive metal stamping, welding, and molding productions, operating in a high-volume B2B supply chains. Now let's cut to Mr. Shu Tai, CEO of Huamei, to find out more. Mr. Shu Tai, can you tell us what exactly is going on at Huamei? What problem is the company currently facing?
Okay, so our most problematic parts are these two products. They're the right hand side and the left hand side, and together they make up 20% of our total revenue. And so getting this right is actually matters. And the right hand side has 4 parts and the left hand side has 6 parts.
And to add to that, there are a few key issues driving this problem. So TSPK gives us 6-month rolling forecast, but it doesn't always match what they actually purchase. So we're constantly either over or understocked. On top of that, our order adjustments are done manually, based on experience rather than the optimization formula. That leaves a lot of room for error. And the toughest constraint, we have to lock in our orders 14 days before production. No changes after that. With supplier delivery taking 10 to 15 days, there's virtually zero room for mistakes. Now, looking at our 2025 report, this is where we applied the 4-4-5 method, dividing the year into consistent 4-week, 4-week, and 5-week cycles to build a full monthly picture. Take part RHA1 for example. So in January, actual sales were 6,150 units, but we only ordered 4,950. That is under ordering. Whereas in February, sales dropped to 6,835, but we ordered 7,100. Now we're overriding, sitting on excess stock and paying unnecessary holding costs. Now, if you look at our 2025 MAPE, you can clearly see the inconsistency of our ordering. And therefore, in the 2025 report, it costs us up to 35 million baht per year.
What? 35 million baht for just 1 year?
What? Wait, who are you?
We are the
Great Grandkids!
And we're gonna save you, grandmama, from bankruptcy.
And that's
In the future, we all know Huamei will go bankrupt. So we are all here to help you guys with the power of management science.
What? What was that?
Oh, then let us explain in more detail. There are several steps involved.
First, we can form our mathematical model as follows. Our objective is to minimize the total inventory cost, right? So we have to minimize the sum of these 3 costs, which are ordering cost plus holding cost plus stock out penalty. The first one, ordering cost, the cost of purchasing parts from our suppliers. So we have here the total units ordered for each part equal the number of its set order from supplier multiplied by its MOQ. Secondly, holding cost, the cost of storing inventory over time, which calculated by multiply 0.25 by price per unit and divided by 12. This assumes a 25% annual holding rate converted to a monthly basis. And I is the inventory of part I at the end of period T, which must be non-negative. The last one, stock out penalty. When production demand exceeds capacity, we incur a penalty, specifically the cost of additional truck shipments, where a 6-wheel truck with 640 units capacity costs 1,800 baht, and a 4-wheel truck with 320 units capacity costs 1,500 baht. Now let's walk through the constraint in our model, which we have safety stock buffer, lead time, production capacity, bill of materials, MOQ integer, non-stock out, and non-negativity. For ending inventory that will be later used to calculate holding costs, we use a standard inventory balance equation, and we use the opening stock on December 31st, 2025 as the initial inventory. The last part is the shortage. We also calculate production shortage as the amount by which demand exceeds production capacity.
So based on the mathematical model, next we gotta create a production planning.
And also, we know you guys use the TSPK demand forecast only. But you should try actual sale forecast for more accuracy. So here's the production planning. First, production capacity using the maximum units per side per month. 240 units a day times working days. 4-week months give 5,760. 5-week gives 7,200. Secondly, spare capacity. It is the leftover capacity after meeting demand. January demand exceeds capacity, so the spare is 0. Third, pre-production. We use that spare to get ahead of next month's shortage. Fourth, actual production, the demand plus pre-production. Fifth, the available from last month. It's the beginning inventory plus total orders. Everything on hand before the month begins. Lastly, effective parts demand, which it equals actual production. Parts are only consumed for units actually built, so we order based on that, not raw demand. Order numbers here are the decision variables. The left hand side has 72 variables and the right hand side has 48. After we get the numbers, we round them up in the green area. Then we replace the rounded numbers into the solver to get the accurate order quantity. After that, we multiply each product by its MOQ to find the total order. As mentioned in the mathematical order, we have constraints, but they are embedded into the formulas themselves. You can see the purple highlights from top to bottom. The bill of materials is divided into two parts, the left side and the right side. The production cap is 240 into 6 working days based on the 4-4-5 week method. Adjusted demand includes a 10% buffer. Lead time equals to AFLM, which is the previous month's order. Finally, we can calculate all the required costs to minimize the total inventory cost. The only differences are left hand use adjusted demand instead of actual demand because left hand constraints are more than 100 and solver cannot run that. For the right hand, use effective part demand because constraints are less than 100.
Baba, just me on this one.
And there are also 3 costs that we have to find out. We already mentioned it on mathematical model. And the first cost is the orange cost. We have to multiply the total cost with the cost per unit. And from holding cost, we have to multiply the ending inventory cost per unit, and 25% divided by 12.
For the stock out penalty cost, we first find the amount of shortage left over, then choose the truck size to cover those shortages. There are 2 truck options in the mathematical model. For example, if the shortage is 160 units, 320 unit truck will only be chosen, which cost 1,500 baht. But if the shortage is 960 units, both 640 unit truck and 320 unit truck will be selected to cover those shortage units. So, the total penalty cost is calculated by multiplying the number of trucks by their shipping costs.
Therefore, the minimum total inventory in 2026 will be approximately 24 million.
But how can we know your model actually work?
What if we try on the 2025 production plan? We know the minimum cost is 35 million, right?
A few moments later.
We have 28 million, which saves us 7 million.
7 million?
See, I told you to trust us, Baba.
Oh my god, thank you, my daughter and grandson.
Guys, let's go back to the future. 3, 2, 1. For our reference, we use the journal by Bruno G. et al. Our model is similar because both aim to minimize total cost using a multi-period, multi-item inventory optimization model with inventory balance, constraints, and fundamental decisions variables. The main difference is that our model includes supplier constraints, safety stock buffers, and stockout prevention, while the journal focuses more on service windows. We focus on production effects.